Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. So today, I want to talk about Russell Wilson's mother because Russell Wilson's mother has something to say about that young guy, Trevor or Trayvon Boykin, whatever his name is, who talked shit about Russell Wilson after Russell invited him to Thanksgiving dinner. He went on a podcast and had some very disparaging things to say about Russell Wilson. And it seems to be open season on Russell Wilson with some of these low achieving black men who just take shots at him for no reason. They're mad at him because he's a professional football player making a lot of money. He's nice looking. He married Sierra, who had a child, and on the basis of that, all of them think that they're supposed to have an issue with him. This is the ignorance that black people have to live with. Now, part of this is because we don't separate by class like some other races of people do. I just looked that up. White people, Asians, and Hispanics, they separate by class. If you have money, if you have education, if you have influence and access, you kind of separate from the people who don't have those pedigrees. But in Black America, we all just sort of go together. Everybody thinks they're on the same level. So if you are Russell Wilson worth hundreds of millions of dollars, somebody that's on a podcast hustling think they're on the same level as you, and because they're jealous because you make more money than they do, you look better and you have better access and a better looking wife, they feel like they need to try to bring you down. So that's what we suffer in the Black American community. And so they've been taking shots at Russell Wilson for years. He never responds. But after that guy said something about his family not being at his house that Thanksgiving for Thanksgiving dinner, his mother decided she was going to get in on it. And so this is what she had to say. So the post that I found this on said, Chad Johnson and Shannon Sharp call out Trevon Boykin for calling Russell Wilson weird for not having his family over for Thanksgiving when he was previously invited over. So yeah, Shannon Sharp really went in on that guy, as well he should have, for coming back and talking about somebody, saying ugly things about somebody's family after they invited you to his house. So his mother said, I am his mom. It's none of your business. So she said, it's none of your business why I wasn't there for Thanksgiving. She says, this is opportunistic. I am so tired of you men cutting down my son. Jesus said, to all accusing the woman, he who was without sin cast the first stone. Part of our family was in Florida at a tournament. I planned to stay home because I wanted to fast the 4 days before year end. Russ thought enough of you, who has a criminal record, to love you enough to invite you over. This why Russ keeps it moving. Folks not trustworthy. Russ, though, will forgive, but not again. I hope you felt relevant for a few minutes. Lord forgive him, for he know not what he is doing. Tammy Wilson. So that's what Russell Wilson's mother had to say. And then she added a postscript, and we got our own money. Because he made reference to the fact that if he had the kind of money that Russell Wilson had, that he would have had his whole family flown in. Russell Wilson comes from an affluent family. So does Klay Thompson. So does Steph Curry and several other of those professional athletes. But these guys who are on social media trying to make a name for themselves are constantly hounding them and bothering them about something to do with their personal lives. It is jealousy, but it's also a case of not having any real class. And sometimes they have money, but they still don't have any class. And for whatever reason, won't mind their business. Black men, these type of black men stay in black women and black men's business, and it's unfair. And the black community puts up with it because we don't know what to do about it except call this behavior out. Many of these retired athletes who can't get a job with ESPN or Fox News or some other network, they get podcasts because they need the money. Because when they retire from these professional sports, most of the time they're under 40 or in their early 40s, which means that even if they are in the retirement system, they still can't draw their pension. And if they have not managed their money wisely while they were playing the professional sport, they don't have any money because they go from getting hundreds of thousands of dollars and maybe sometimes millions of dollars a year to sometimes just getting $5,000 a month, and that's after they reach retirement age. So if they have not used their money wisely, they need the money. That's why so many of them are out there working just as hard as they were when they were playing professional sports because they need the money. And it's well documented that 5 years after 75 to 80% of them retire, they're broke. They are broke, and a number of them are in jail for out here doing illegal things trying to get money. So my point is that they get on these podcasts and they want to go viral because the more viral you go, the more money you make. So they take shots at other black people. That's why the black women in entertainment have a hard time, and black men, professional sports, professional rappers. These people have a hard time because these folks are out here trying to make money at their expense, and they don't care what they say. And this Trayvon Boykin guy, he really did himself a disservice because now people know that not only is he a bum, but he's a criminal, and the NFL won't touch him. So anyway, Russell Wilson's mother wanted to come out and defend her son because she's tired of people taking shots at her son for no reason. I don't think anybody has a reason that they attack Russell Wilson. I don't think he's done anything to anybody. But I also don't know why people take it as a personal affront that he made the choice in a wife that he made. I don't even see how that's anybody else's business. But that's what they do. They talk about Russell Wilson routinely. And he doesn't say anything, but I guess his mother decided it since they dragged her into it by saying she wasn't at the Thanksgiving dinner. I guess she felt compelled to say something. And yes, this is about the third video that I've made on this, and somebody made reference of that in my last video. The reason I keep making videos about it is because I'm appalled by it. I'm appalled by it. I'm appalled by people who don't know any better than to do something like this. That's why. We don't have a code of conduct or a code of etiquette in Black America, but it would be very good if we had one where people would at least know what is appropriate and not appropriate to say and do. Because right now there are too many people who don't know what the appropriate thing is to do or say. And people are just out here saying anything and attacking people just because they're successful, and it's shameful. Okay, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video and have a good day.